IVM.
Hello one, hello all. Welcome to the Diary of the Traveling Professor, and I'm Siddharth Deshmukh, your friendly neighborhood traveling professor himself. Well, what do I have in store for you in this podcast or diary entry of mine, whatever you may call it? It's about learning from animals. Yeah, you heard that right. Learning from animals and utilizing those learnings for yourself. Well, but let me begin from the beginning. You know what? In these quarantine times of ours, what we've seen is the moment human beings have gone back, retreated into their homes and shells, we've seen animals come out. We've seen the odd Nilgai here and the odd bison there, and even birds and the rest of it are making an entrance and making sure that they make hay while the sun shines. And that led me to really be a little intrigued about how animals are so adaptive. I started watching David Attenborough's Our Planet, and many more other animal documentaries on YouTube and the rest of it. And I come away fascinated. The reason why I'm fascinated is because, you can genuinely learn a lot from animals. Like I've learned so much from maybe an octopus on the way in which an octopus learns and moves around and is so bloody adaptive and flexible. Or how you can learn from bald-headed eagles, or how you can learn from, even a coral reef, or even a tree. Or I know a tree is not an animal, but genuinely the relationship between a tree and an antelope and how trees communicate with each other to poison antelopes who are eating their tender leaves is something to be seen, to be believed. To be honest, almost every animal is absolutely worth learning from. And it is a very fulfilling and yet humbling feeling to see what we have missed out as human beings. All of us take our superiority for granted on this planet, but we don't really understand how to look around us, look at these animals and learn from them. Because the fact is that if we can actually imbibe some of these qualities that animals possess, we could be in a situation wherein, we could be damn effective in our work lives or in our personal lives, or just be happier. Also, if you just look at, the whole thing about evolution, I really suggest you understand evolution well, and also the way in which evolution plays itself out in animal cultures. Robert Sapolsky's lectures are phenomenal. They're free watch on YouTube, and you would really enjoy the way in which he describes how human beings behave in relation to baboons. Yeah, you heard me right. Well, before you think that the traveling professor has gone completely bonkers, I'm saying that all of us can actually learn from animals and utilize those qualities in a way that is much more profound. How, you may ask? Well, this is something that you have to ask yourself. What are the animals that actually make you feel inspired? Some of us are inspired by dolphins, by elephants, by cheetahs, by lions. But we kind of, romanticize them. We kind of create stories and myths around them, and we kind of, give them Lion King personalities, if you know what I'm saying. But actually, if we just try to figure out how is this animal trying to figure out its life, and how is it trying to fight for its food, and how is it trying to figure out how to procreate, you come away with a lot of lessons. In fact, animal brains are amazingly adapted for, primal living. Something that we have forgotten, but now we've been rudely slapped in the face because of these COVID-19 times. A lot of times when we all go back to our organizations, or when we go back to our, workplaces, or normal life resumes, what we are going to find out is it is going to be a primal battle for survival. And that's where animal learnings are going to come in handy. A lot of us keep talking about woo-woo things like, what's your spirit animal? And some people say, oh, I'm a dolphin and the rest of it. And well, that's cute. I actually think your spirit animal should be the animal that you learn the most from. Today, for me, it was a coral reef. Yesterday, it was an octopus. Before that, it was a dolphin. Which spirit animal are you learning from today? I hope this stimulates your mind to just look at nature around you and take those lessons. And I hope you like this diary entry of mine. Many more to come from the nutty traveling professor. And if you like the nuttier side of me, well, you've always got Instagram. I make a lot of funny stories there. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm the traveling professor in both places. And if you like podcasts like these, well, there's many more on ivmpodcast.com or just download the app. And until next time then, stay safe and say hello to your spirit animal.
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. While we're still going through lockdown, let me recommend a few quick shows for you to listen to. Check out Uncle Please Sit with Joel and Tushar. Really enjoyed that show. They unpack some of the greater issues that we're facing, and I think you'll enjoy that. Also, do check out The Traveling Professor. That's a fun show that I think you're really going to enjoy as well. Fuliabazi is a great show. It's a Hindi show about policy and things like that. They had a great episode last week. A close friend of mine from college, Joy Paul, was the guest. They talk about different social networks being used for different things. Very cool show. And lastly, let me tell you about Simplified. Simplified did a live episode last week, and we're making the first part of that available on their feed right now. So do definitely check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Thanks, and please do keep listening.
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे पॉडकास्ट लगते हैं. नाम है फुटबॉल शुटबॉल.
Presenting Football Shortball, a show about three friends discussing our favorite game over a beer. Sometimes 3, maybe even 5. Hi, I'm Shiva, and with me are my two sidekicks, Gaurav Sapre and Karthik Iyer.
Sidekick? You mean like Batman's Robin or Van Persie Robin?
No, I mean like Alexis Sanchez, but with a little more skill than just playing the piano.
Ha, just shows how the best players at Arsenal are mere bench warmers at United.
Oh, thank you, Iyer. But you're a Fulham supporter, so whenever you say anything to support me, I question my beliefs.
Just like how Griezmann would say, एक बार मैंने जो decision ले लिया, तो मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता.
Banter aside, we will talk match reports, transfer rumors, top controversies, fantasy football picks, and so much more. So grab a beer and tune in to Football Shootball every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts.